On July 27th, an adult came forward to Livermore Police Department and contacted our Detective Bureau. That person had information regarding an inappropriate relationship between a 42-year-old Livermore resident named Christine Hubbs and a 15-year-old boy. Based off that investigation, we were able to contact the child and obtained a statement from that person. And during that initial investigation, a second child came forward. Based off of those two interviews, the Livermore Police Department was able to obtain several search warrants of locations and cell phones. And on those search warrants, and a result of the search warrants, we were able to locate sexual messages sent from Ms. Hubbs to the 15-year-old boys, including sexual pictures, nude pictures of her to the 15-year-old boys. We also discovered that she befriended these boys by giving them gifts of Visa cards, Xboxes, taking them out to dinner, and the sex occurred in the city of in the county of Alameda, throughout different location hotels, including her vehicle. She was arrested a few days ago. She was held on 67 felony counts of sexual abuse and is currently at Santa Rita Jail and has been charged with all 67 counts, and her bail is at $4.3 million. We initially attempted to interview Ms. Hubbs, but within a few days of the initial investigation, she retained an attorney. As of right now, the investigation is still continuing. We don't believe there's any other victims at this time, but if anyone has information regarding the current investigation, the Livermore Police Department is asking for assistance.
Why 4.3 million?
I don't know exactly why. I believe because there's 67 sexual counts involved. This was ongoing for the last 2 years. We believe it started in December of 2008. So it's ongoing sexual abuse of 2 children.
Was there a fear that she was going to leave the area, do you know?
That I do not know.
With the relationship with the victims before it became sexual, were these family friends? How does she know these two women?
The investigation revealed that all these families are Livermore residents and they all know each other for the past several years.
And so when the relationship started with these boys, they were what, 12 or 13?
13 years old is when the first relationship started with the first child.
Were these both ongoing with the 2 young men?
Initially, it was just one child, and then during that relationship, I don't know what period of time, but during that initial relationship, a second child became involved with the sexual contact.
Did these 2 children know each other, and did they know of each other? Meaning, did they know they were having a relationship with this woman?
Everybody involved has known everybody for several years. I don't know if the second victim knew about the first relationship. Obviously, now they do.
Did they participate in acts at the same time with her?
No, at no point during the investigation was it revealed that there was 2 victims involved with Ms. Hubbs at one time.
You said an adult came forward to you to give you this information. Can you elaborate at all on what tipped off that adult? How did that adult find out something was going on?
That adult, my understanding, discovered some information and I believe viewed one of the photos of Ms. Hubbs on one of the cell phones, which concerned that person greatly and came immediately to the police department.
Was that a parent of one of the victims?
I don't know the relationship of the adult that came forward.
Why do you think there's no other victims? Or the information you have, there are no other victims?
Right. At this point, no one else has come forward, and we have nothing to substantiate based on the search warrants and the photos obtained in the cell phones of any other victims.
Did Mrs. Hubbs make any kind of statement before she went quiet a few days after arrest? During her initial arrest, did she say anything?
No, absolutely not. When she became aware of the situation, she immediately retained an attorney and made no statements to us.
Were the victims truthful about the whole thing when you approached them, or did it take some coaxing from you guys?
Well, obviously, the victims being 15 years old now were very scared about what the results were. We have a protocol in Alameda County on dealing with young children that are sexual assault victims. We bring professionals in and interview them separately with the professionals there. Both the statements being done separately corroborated what her motive was and how she would befriend these children. And they're very, very truthful, and we believe them.
Did they know what was happening was illegal?
I don't know what their state of mind was during the assaults.
Did the husband know what was happening during this time?
I don't know. I haven't interviewed the husband, and the husband, again, initially was cooperating with us, and I believe now is taking the advice of the attorney and is being cautious on what he says to us.
She has husband, children,
I don't know what the family makeup is. I know she is married and does have children.
and did she work for a living?
I think at this point she's unemployed and had been unemployed for a little while.
Have the kids ever climbed the Dr. House?
That I do not know.
Is there any psychological hold on her or anything at this point?
No, there is no any type of psychological hold on her or any other type of hold on her at all.
Do you know if the kids had a relationship with any of her children? I believe her daughter may be a little older, 13 or 14. I heard from some resident it may have been an ex-boyfriend of the daughter's or something.
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that right now. Thank you.
Do we know what kind of work she did before she was unemployed?
I believe she was employed at her husband's office.
As far as the gifts, you mentioned the video game consoles and cars. Were these frequent gifts that she was giving these victims?
My understanding is on a regular basis when she would meet with these children, a dinner would be involved or a gift would be involved, Xboxes would be involved. It was a regular routine that when she did meet with them, there would be some sort of gift or something exchanged prior to the sexual assault.
And the photographs of her, were they found on the victim's phones and hers as well?
All the phones contained evidence of sexual explicit text messages and nude photos of Ms. Hubbs.
Station reported that one of the nude photos included a picture of her breast implants or something like that. Can you confirm that?
That I have not seen any of the photos.
Was there difficulty in obtaining the search warrants because it started on the 27th? It seemed like you operated right away as soon as you got information.
That's correct. On any sexual assault or crime involving a child, the Livermore Police Department takes a very proactive role in the case. Initially, once we interview the first victim, that's usually enough probable causes to obtain a search warrant. Now, if that victim voluntarily, we knew of one photo on the phone. That's how we initially. I think they're confused. They were manipulated, and quite most likely fearful of what would happen, not knowing if they did something in this investigation.
Do you know if the kids wanted her charged with this crime?
That I do not know.
Whatever kind of arrangement would have much.
She has to get bail.
Sure. Lieutenant Matt Sarsfield, MATT SARSFIELD.
Did you get
No other adults were aware of any of this?
No, during this, as far our investigation revealed right now that I don't think any adults were specifically aware of the sexual relationship.
And it was just, so it was between three people, that the only knowledge is between her and two?
That's correct until an adult viewed one of the images on a cell phone and immediately came to us.
You know, did that adult just happen upon it? Or was it
That I don't know how that person came upon it.
Why so many counts?
For the different acts, for instance, if you have one sexual act upon a child, that would be one count. You do the same sexual act on the child, that would be 2 counts. So based on the 5 or 6 sexual assaults of different assaults in nature, those were done a matter of 67 times. So the district attorney reviewed all the times that she did some sort of sexual assault on the children, and each sexual assault counts as 1 count.
Were they able to recount these, or are these things that were recorded on the cell phones?
Some of these counts would be images that would have been sent. Some of these would be sexual acts done to the children.
They recounted.
That's correct.
And you guys find out how did you guys find out?
On the initial investigation, one of the adults viewed a nude image of Miss Hubbs on one of the children's cell phone and came to the police department.
You know, were they using, outside of just the text messaging between phones, were they using any kind of social networking site?
I don't know if they were using any type of MySpace or Facebook account to communicate.
Computer seized or anything?
The computers were seized. I know Ms. Hubbs does have either a MySpace or a Facebook account. Any items normally in our search warrants would include any electrical items, including home computers or any place that she may have been employed. But at this time, she wasn't employed at any location, so no locations at an employment office were searched.
Are you aware of any criminal history for her?
I don't know any past criminal history on her.
Are you having to take any steps to protect the privacy of these young boys?
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, it's very difficult. These family members are known in town. She's known in town, and as best as we can, we're preparing the children when they do go back to schools. We have our school resource officers that are in place. We are working with the school districts that the children go to make sure that children do have support and that nothing occurs to the children.
Can you tell us, what were they, sophomores in high school?
That I don't know their exact grade or ages. I know they're 15 years old now.
What high school?
I don't know. I'm not going to divulge what high school.
Thank you.
Okay. Bonjour.
Could you say that on?
Jules, and I don't know where his office is located.